Let's tell you about the Pretoria High Court ordering in 2020 Vodacom to release records and other contracts it had with other service providers on the Please Call Me invention. The mobile telecommunications giant was given 21 days at the time to avail records to Please Call Me inventor Nkosana Makate. And this year, Vodacom again wanting the High Court to reword the order it had granted Makate and losing that battle in court. We're now joined by the inventor of Please Call Me, Nkosana Makate, for more. Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon. Perhaps we can start with a little bit of context for our viewers in terms of this latest ruling.
No, thanks to Duduzile for this opportunity. But basically, I mean, this was one of those attempts, I guess, by Vodacom, or continued attempts for them to really frustrate the process. But what had happened is that we appeared before Justice Kolapen when he was still the case manager in the Please Call Me matter. He made a ruling that we get certain documents and contracts. And those were essential in terms of like benchmarking the current request that was before court and what we were actually seeking. So those documents were quite important. It also included the KPMG report and all sorts of documents and financials. And Vodacom then came and said, no, they don't have some of the documents that had been ordered by Justice Kolapen. And who were of the view that they do have the document, they are simply not willing to release them. And then they then said, I might then go back to court and actually take them on contempt of court, which I said basically I was not going to do as I was proceeding with the case for the review and to the SCA, which is where I am now. But they still brought this application in trying to vary the order of Justice Kolapen before he was elevated to the Constitutional Court.
You accuse Vodacom of trying to frustrate the process, and that also is the view of the judge in this case, at least, saying that they are of the view that the application by Vodacom to vary the order is to frustrate the implementation of the court order. The judgment and the order are clear and concise. The judge noting that on careful analysis of the applications before him, he's of the view that there's no merit in the application for variation and it was not necessary to file such an application. I mean, what then happens in this instance when they claim that they do not have the records?
Yeah, I mean, our view, and we've always held that view, that they have the documents. I mean, Vodacom is quite a sophisticated entity. It's a blue chip company. They even, run a service where they offer archiving of records for other entities. And to say that you don't have the documents that were actually in your possession at some point was actually not something that we would accept. And we did, indicate in our papers that it's fine, we'll go to the SCA or we'll go to the review and get the review heard without those documents which you say you don't have. And we are willing to proceed with what you gave us. But Vodacom still insisted, brought this application even with that in our affidavits, basically saying to me, I needed to agree with them that the documents are not there and do not exist. And I could not make that assertion on affidavit. I couldn't because I was not in a position to. I'm not in their environment. And my belief was that they do have the documents and they were simply refusing to offer and give us those documents because they will actually prove exactly what we were asserting in the court papers.
We understand that you are awaiting judgment on the main part of your legal battle from the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein. Given the number of years that this has taken, what toll has it had on your life?
It has been frustrating. It has been a long journey. One must accept that. We have, worked very hard on the appeal their appeal to the SCA. You will remember that, we got that judgment from Justice Hughes at the High Court, where she ruled in my favor and ordered, the calculation to actually happen within 30 days, but Vodacom then appealed. And that matter was heard in May by the SCA, and it is currently still with the SCA, and we should, be getting judgment quite soon on that matter.
Vodacom initially offered compensation of some 47 million rand in 2019. Why did you decline it?
The decline is very simple. We never had line of sight on what the CEO had done in terms of his calculation. And again, our view, you'd remember that we went to Vodacom after 2016. I was ordered to go and negotiate with Vodacom. And as a pattern of frustrating these court orders, Vodacom, blatantly told me in the negotiations that in order to have progress on the matter, I need to forget about the constitutional court order. And that is really the pattern that has persisted. And what then the CEO did, he paid lip service, to the constitutional court order, and then did his calculation basically still, in essence, siding with the stance that Vodacom had taken in the negotiations. So we took then the matter on review, and then we were vindicated on review by Her Lordship Justice Hughes that the CEO's calculations indeed did not make sense, and she substituted those calculations with the order that she gave us, which is before the SCA currently.
Vodacom has the financial muscle to appeal upon appeal upon appeal. And so what does that tell you? And are you hopeful, rather, that you'll actually get justice in this matter?
No, I think I will get justice. I think justice will prevail. The attitude, that we received from the SCA was indeed that they want to finalize this matter. And they are tired of the toing and froing. And I think it's exactly what we will get from the Supreme Court of Appeal.
What does justice look like to you? What will it take to satisfy you?
Yeah, if we get Her Lordship Justice Hughes' judgment as it is, I will be fine and I'll walk away,
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Nkosana Makate, please call me Inventor.